Hello friends, today's video is going to be on the remote login, and this is part of the Linux videos for HPC. So as you know that our Paramrudra supercomputer is running on Alma Linux, the first thing you should know is how to remotely log in. So in order to do that, so what I have is actually I have a virtual server which is running on Oracle VirtualBox. So I'm just starting that actually, which looks like that. Whenever you start such a server, you have to ensure that your network is connected through a bridge adapter so that you get a network connectivity. So once if we get into this particular system like this, you are basically starting the server by clicking on the start button on the right hand side. And behind this we have a Windows machine. The front side, whatever is coming in black right now, is going to be a Linux machine. And in this Linux machine, we are going to have the remote login from the Windows machine. So there are many different ways of doing that. Remote machine can be accessed through something called a putty and also from a Windows directly. So I just log into the remote system through. Right now what I'm doing is I'm just logging into the Linux root actually. So it's taking some time to start. So it's the password I have entered. So this is your server. So if you say echo $user will give you, this is a root, and you can also give commands like id, which will also give your UID, user ID, a group ID, and group ID. So these things we will discuss later. For a root, it is always going to be 0. Now this is your server, and the first thing we will see is how to see the IP address of this is 10.1.1.46. So in order to log into this particular server remotely, what I can do is I can just go to Windows directly, and I can simply say here SSH, then whichever, let's say I have a login name called Joby, then I can say the address of this, that is 10.1.1. You can see the address 46. That is the address. So it's asking for the password. So I entered the password. So I have got a dollar prompt. That means I have logged into the system. Once if you're logged in, you can ask who am I, and you can also ask who all are logged into this particular system right now, something like that. Now had I logged into another user like let's say Joby 2, then I would have seen here on the other side, on the remote side, I would have seen so in the remote side is right now not logged in through putty. It is right now logged in through the normal Windows prompt that is here. So you can ask who. So you must have seen Joby and root, both are logged in right now. So now here in this particular case, as I said, if you want to re-login, So you can again go here and give this number, and this will take you directly to the screen which we were talking about. So right now this is the situation. Now if I would like to log in to this through something called a putty, then you can simply go to putty and you can put that address 10.1.1.46. Then you can simply go here. Then you can make the screen a little more bigger by going into the appearance, going into a little more bigger screen like 22. Font we can take bold, and after that you go to colors and then disable the system color, make a good solid background. So let us make a background of, let's say, a good color like blue, and then I can apply, and this is how you are getting your first screen. And here you can log in as, let's say, student 1. At the same time you can also log in as another student by duplicate session. So where here you can also log in as a student, let's say 3. So it is taking some time to communicate and get the data because the system is a bit slow. So now we have already a client which is logged in through the directly from Windows, and we are waiting for 2 clients from the putty side. So as soon as it asks for the password, we can enter into that system. So this is how usually we work on any client. And one or two important things, let us begin with a series of quick commands. One of the first command you have to learn is ls-l, the most standard command. Here what it shows is basically rwx, rwx, rwx. These are the permissions. And you may also see sometimes here dot, a plus, etc. Doesn't matter. And D means a directory and F means a file, something like that. Now you see it is asking for a password here, so we should not delay. If we delay it, it will simply quit. So here I just log in to the system. I have logged in. Here I am logging in because it's not allowing, because I took more time actually. So what I do, I create another session, duplicate session, where let me change the colors, etc. So I can go to the settings, I can go to colors, I can go to a default background, I make it, and and I can modify it. Let's make the background as this blue. I did this. You see that his background is changed now. So we have here we are logging in as, let's say, student 1, and it is again slight delay there for the password due to some reason. So we wait for that. By the time we will practice 1 or 2 commands here. Like I said, ls-l is the first command you should know. And to make, see, the present working directory is this one. If you want it to look like a good prompt, the first command you should give is ps1, like this, then dollar small pwd, then you can give space here. So now you see the direct prompt itself is coming. So here you can just enter the password in the screen. So you can see the password is being asked. I have logged into the second student also. Same way, so we have now logged into student 3 and also student 1. Now I can log into let's say student 2, and also parallelly one more student. Let's log in because we are going to have 4 students. So here let me change the color, change settings, then colors, then I go to default background, then I change the color to, let's say, a different color altogether, then I apply. You get the background like this. Now it is asking for a password here. So root 123 is my common password. So I am logging into here. Here also I can log in as student 4, and I am going to have a 4 terminal system, and here I have something called Joby. I have also logged in as a Joby. So we have several such screens. That means 4 different clients and 1 server which is behind. Now you can see that actually as you logged in, when all the people logged in, you can see who means it will show all these things because multiple people are logging into the system. Now it is asking for the password for the student 4. So I have also logged in. You remember that whenever you are having the password, I told you have to change the prompt into, it is like a dollar pwd, then we can put this one like this and like this. That's it. The same way we can do the same changes everywhere for the different versions of, like here I have done, here I have not done. So here let me do the PS1 is equal to dollar pwd, then we can give space, then like this. So this is also changed. So we have now all the terminals with the proper prompt except one probably here. Here also we change it. PS1 is equal to dollar pwd space, then we can give this. So that's it. So we have all the users logged in. So that's all for this video. We will wait for the next video. Thank you. हो गया हैं? अभी ये वीडियो स्टोर करेगा.